up, my folks? Hope y'all are doing well. Well, she's big as a house. Had some questions, everyone's like, yeah, I'm glad you're back in. I'm like I told you guys, I was going to keep my dogs around. I just wasn't going to be, breeding a bunch. This first breeding I've done in 6 months of my own. Trying to, people that have been wanting to get dogs from me, I promised I'd make breedings. That's what I'm doing. But, yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep my stock that I really like and stuff like that. I'm just not going to be, I'm not going to be going to nobody's house that's got bulldogs in the backyard. Shit like that. I ain't going to be going to no parties or no cookouts or anything like that ever again. You never know what'll happen. You know what I'm saying? If they got a bulldog chain in the backyard, my ass will not be at their house. That's all I'm saying. That's what I mean. I'm not going to associate with anybody they can come over and see me. I'm going to stay my ass right at home. The only place you'll see me with dogs is out in the Delta or down in the Florida in the swamp, way back in the woods. That's it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep, like I said, I'm gonna keep a couple dogs that I know are producing really well for me, and I know the combination on. I love it too much. I love raising these pups. It's what keeps me going. I think the most beautiful thing in the world is a pretty sunrise and a pit bull puppy. A beautiful woman, of course, but I think a beautiful pit bull puppy is a hard thing to beat, man. And I love making them, and I'm good at it. People are real happy with what they get from me, and I'm happy with dealing with good people. I met a lot of good people in these dogs. I met a lot of bad. I met some of the worst people I've ever met in these dogs. Some real scoundrels, but I met a lot of really good guys and women, in these dogs. Can't leave the gals out. I've met a lot of good women in the dogs too. So, of course I'm going to stay with what I love. I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to focus on other things, I'm also going to mess with the Patterdales. I've downsized my yard enough where it's not working me to death. Where I can enjoy myself. I can spend time in the gym. I can spend time training. I can spend time in the woods if I want, more so. It's hard when you have a whole lot of dogs. I had a lot of dogs. You didn't see all my dogs on my videos. I had a lot. And it took all day to take care of them. Like from getting up in the morning to taking care of puppies. A lot of people don't take care of them at the level that I was. I could have been half-assed with it and they probably would have been fine. But, my personality, I can't do that. I'm real picky about shit. And I cannot stand my dogs to look fucked up. I hate it. It's like a representative. You know how people don't want their kids dirty? I'm the same way with my dogs. After they hunt, the first thing I do is get them cleaned up and healed up. I can't stand them sitting there boogered up. You'll never see me put a dog back on the chain if he's been boogered up. It won't happen. I'll bring him in a crate in the house first. I'm just anal about it. I don't like it. I don't like, yeah, I think scars are pretty, but if it makes them look rough, I don't like it. That's why I don't clip ears and all that shit. I don't want my dogs looking rough. I like them looking presentable, Public image is a big thing in these dogs. Believe me, trust me. I've been in the light. I've been I've been public enemy #1 in them. And it's the one thing that's probably saved me in it is that I do take such good care of my animals, and I am so anal about it. There's not many people around that I know of that tend to their animals the way I do. And it's just something that, if I feel if you're going to do something, you should do it right. And that's the same with these dogs. If you're going to have these dogs, they should be taken care of properly. And that said, it's getting cold, guys. Right now I'm walking around without a shirt on. It's so hot, but it's supposed to get down and snowing down here even. So you guys get ready for it. I went to the hardware store today. I got the last heat lamp bulbs they had, and there was only a few bags of wheat straw left when I left. I loaded up with it. Those are things that you need to have because, especially if you guys down here in the deep south, because them dogs are not used to it. You're going to have to keep them right. Remember, straw don't really work worth a shit. Get wheat, like hay straw. Hay, rather, you want straw, actual wheat straw. A little thing for you new guys. I know there's a lot of young guys that are getting back into dogs and getting into the dogs and all. Keep wheat straw in the winter. That's the key. And a lot of places don't keep it in stock down here. So get it while you can. Even if you got to put it in your garage or your barn or wherever, you know, keep a few bales around for these kind of things, because everyone buys it up when it's in need, you know, when we have something like this, and then you can't get it. So make sure you get a truckload every once in a while. But yeah, I just wanted to answer those questions because, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep my dogs, and I'm gonna keep making good dogs for you guys. Just, you know, but I'm not gonna take on a bunch of riffraff. If I think they ain't worth the shit, I'm not gonna deal with people. I mean, I can be picky and choosy, to a point, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna judge people on things, but I mean, I can tell by talking to people pretty quick if I think they're going to be a good dog man or not. You know what I mean? So, I've been really impressed with the folks. A lot of the folks, I've been disappointed a few times with the people that I've let get my dogs, but for the most part, I've been very, very satisfied with where my puppies go, with the care they get and the type of people they go to. I've been really happy with you guys, man. And I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all taking the things that you've learned and applying them, you know, and taking these dogs serious. And you guys that do take them serious and take advice from us that have got a little sense in them and a little time in them, if you take that advice, you'll end up with a better animal. You know, you guys are starting to understand that now. I mean, age is a big thing, but other things too, man. I mean, you know, proper nutrition, proper housing, proper care, understanding that it's an animal, not a machine. That's the biggest thing that people need to understand, that everything has a breaking point, okay? Everything has a breaking point. It can only bend so much. Just remember that. I mean, these are probably the most durable dogs in the world, but they still have a breaking point. Every one of them does. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, I'm like that. I'm from the school that every dog has his day. Okay, people like talking about dead game dogs and all that. I believe on the certain days, yeah, you're going to have dead game dogs, but you can take that dog that would have been dead game on that day, and if you bring him in when he's not right, blood counts off, he's sick, he's not feeling it, he wouldn't have been a dead game dog. You know, he might run off on the hog. I'm just serious with you, man. I don't care how it's bred. I mean, people say, "Oh no, man, no, blah blah blah. I got my dog's a dead game." Blah blah blah. Okay, motherfucker. I guarantee you, every dog has a breaking point. Everything does. Every living thing has a breaking point. I mean, you bring that dog hunting sick. Let him get real cold and chilled to the bone. Let him get wet, chilled to the bone. Sick, shivering out, hypothermic, and see if he gets on a badass hog if he don't fucking quit. Just telling you. Or get overly heated. Heat will make a dog fucking shut down. And it may not be their mind wanting to quit, their body will quit. Their mind might be telling them to go, but their body can't. That's what I'm saying. You got to understand, they're not machines. They're not machines. They don't run on hydraulic pumps, you know. So that's one thing, if you ever learn from me, learn that. Every animal has a breaking point. It might not be his heart or his mind wanting to stop hunting, but his body will, okay? And so the more you can, think of it like a bank account. The more you put in, the more you can take out. So from the time you get them as a puppy, raising them properly, never missing a meal, always using the best feed you can give them, always keeping them parasite free, letting them bones harden right, letting his jaw harden right, letting him mature mentally. All that's going to play big in the other side. Big. Even if you're just showing them. I can look at a dog and tell that dog's been raised right versus one that hasn't. You know, you cannot make up for 2 years in 8 weeks or 12 weeks. You cannot do it. Just remember that. The keep begins the day you put your hands on that puppy. If you'll think of it like that, you'll always do better than the next guy. Just remember that. But anyway, folks, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. And yes, I'm going to continue doing what I love. I'm just going to be very selective who I do it with. You know what I'm saying? it's just a different world now. I mean, you just can't go anywhere anymore. If you got these dogs, it's dangerous. That's all I'm saying. If you go somewhere and somebody's got them dogs in their backyard, like if you come into my house, you never know. If you come here visit me and they get a hard on for me for some reason coming here, you might get in trouble just being here, you know, just for me owning the dogs, regardless of how good they're kept or anything. That's the danger of these dogs. It is a dangerous breed to own. Okay, so we have to really watch ourselves. You can't slip at all. I mean, you cannot be caught in the headlights one time, or it will fucking ruin your life. Take my advice on that. It will ruin your life. But anyway, folks, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe and keep on bulldogging.